What if I told you the world's most famous gemstone isn't actually the best one? For decades, most people have assumed that diamonds sit at the top of the gemstone hierarchy. They're expensive, they're everywhere in luxury advertising, and they're considered the ultimate symbol of wealth. But here's the truth. Some gemstones are rarer than diamonds. Some are more beautiful, and some are worth significantly more per carat. Today, we're ranking the most famous gemstones from the most overrated to the absolute elite. And by the end of this video, you might never look at diamonds the same way again. Let's begin. F tier, the most overrated, diamond. Let's get the controversial one out of the way. Diamonds are beautiful. They're incredibly hard, highly reflective, and they make excellent jewelry. But when we're ranking gemstones based on rarity, value, and uniqueness, diamonds have a problem. They're not nearly as rare as most people think. For over a century, marketing campaigns created the perception that diamonds were extraordinarily scarce and essential for engagement rings. In reality, large quantities of gem-quality diamonds are mined every year. The biggest reason diamonds command such high prices isn't rarity, it's demand. Now, don't get me wrong. Certain colored diamonds can be exceptionally rare, but standard white diamonds, they're simply not the kings of the gemstone world. And for that reason, diamonds land in F tier. Tier D, beautiful but common. Amethyst. 1,000 years ago, amethyst was considered one of the most valuable gemstones on Earth. It was worn by kings, emperors, and religious leaders. Then everything changed. Massive deposits were discovered in Brazil and other parts of South America. Suddenly, a gemstone that was once incredibly rare became widely available. Today, amethyst remains stunning. Its deep purple color is instantly recognizable. But rarity drives value, and amethyst simply isn't rare enough to compete with the higher tiers. Citrine. Citrine suffers from a similar problem. Its golden yellow color is attractive and affordable, but abundance keeps it from reaching the upper ranks. Beautiful? Absolutely. Elite? Not quite. C tier, solid all-arounders. Garnet. Most people think garnets are only red. In reality, they come in nearly every color imaginable. They're durable, attractive, and often underrated. The problem is that many varieties remain relatively accessible. That limits their prestige compared to rarer gemstones. Topaz. Topaz has one of the widest color ranges in the gemstone world. Blue topaz in particular is extremely popular. The gemstone can be large, clean, and visually impressive. However, it's generally not scarce enough to command the kind of prices seen in the upper tiers. Topaz offers excellent beauty for the money, but it lacks the rarity factor. B tier, the classics. Emerald. Now we're entering serious territory. Emeralds have fascinated people for thousands of years. Their rich green color is unlike almost anything else in nature. Even famous historical figures were obsessed with them. But emeralds have one major weakness. Most contain visible inclusions and fractures. Finding a truly flawless emerald is incredibly difficult. That challenge is exactly what makes top-quality emeralds so valuable. The best examples can sell for astonishing prices. Sapphire. If diamonds dominate engagement rings, sapphires dominate royalty. Their deep blue color has made them symbols of power and elegance for centuries. But sapphires aren't limited to blue. They can be found in almost every color except red. High-quality sapphires combine beauty, durability, and rarity in a way very few gemstones can. For many collectors, they're among the safest gemstone investments available. A tier, the elite. Ruby. Many gem experts would choose a perfect ruby over a perfect diamond. And honestly, it's not hard to see why. The finest rubies possess a glowing red color, often described as pigeon's blood. They're exceptionally rare. In fact, high-end rubies can sell for more per carat than many diamonds. When a ruby reaches top quality, collectors around the world compete fiercely to own it. That combination of beauty, rarity, and demand makes ruby one of the greatest gemstones ever discovered. Alexandrite. Alexandrite feels almost magical. In daylight, it appears green or bluish-green. Under warm indoor lighting, it shifts toward red or purple. It's as if the gemstone changes identity depending on the environment. This color-changing effect is one of the most fascinating phenomena in gemology. Large, high-quality alexandrites are extraordinarily rare. Many people have never seen one in person, and once they do, they never forget it.
S tier, the legends. Jadeite. In many Western countries, jade doesn't receive much attention. But in parts of Asia, especially China, exceptional jadeite is considered one of the most valuable gemstones on Earth. The finest jadeite displays an almost glowing green color. Some pieces have sold for millions of dollars at auction. Its cultural significance alone places it among the greatest gemstones ever known. Painite. And finally, painite. For years, painite was considered the rarest gemstone on Earth. There were so few known specimens that most people had never even heard of it. Even today, it's extraordinarily uncommon compared to mainstream gemstones. It's not the most famous, it's not the most heavily marketed, but in terms of rarity, painite exists in a completely different league. And that's why it earns a place in S tier.
So what's the biggest surprise? The fact that diamonds aren't number one. The gemstone world is far more fascinating than most people realize. Some of the rarest and most valuable stones on Earth aren't household names at all. Now, I want to hear your opinion. Which gemstone deserves the top spot? Diamond, ruby, sapphire, or something even rarer? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more rankings of the world's most valuable, rare, and fascinating treasures. See you in the next video.